I think this is working. I'm not sure. Okay, so I think I'm going live. It doesn't show anything. One moment, please. Mm, apologies. I don't know if I can edit this after it's gone live. Okay, so it is working. Okay, one moment. Yes, I think I'm in the right place. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Um, how will I know? Okay, excuse me. I, if you knew how much I've had to go through to do this live. Right, okay, so with my previous video on, well, welcome to my channel. I'm Elizabeth. If you are here, then you know exactly what I will be, what this channel is about, basically. But in my previous video and my welcoming video, I said that I needed 50 subscribers to start doing lives. That's what YouTube asked me. But that was when I was living in Chile 2 weeks ago. So I am now living in New Zealand because I was in the middle of shifting. And from New Zealand, I can do lives right away. So I don't need to go up to 50 subscribers. I think I have 38 or something. So that's wonderful because I only do lives anyway. So I don't expect anyone to be here right now because I'm just starting this channel. This is my second video and my first live. So as you know, I have another channel in Spanish where I talk about the Taygeta disclosure. I came across this disclosure less than 3 years ago, and it resonated with me so much. I felt so familiar with these people that I thought I must be from there. And when they started talking about immersion, I thought that's how I got into this planet. Because you can go through immersion or you can come in directly from source. And another thing is that because they have a lot of videos, Gosha and Robert, and they have about 1,000 videos now. I listened probably to, I think I played all of them, and I've read the transcripts for the simple reason that I've had so many questions throughout my life in regards to this life on this planet. And I've never had the answers. I've never found the answers. And I've really looked and I started going a little crazy because I thought this world does not make sense. This is ridiculous. And I could see, everybody going around doing their things. And I'm like, seriously? This is crazy. How can we keep going if this world doesn't make any sense? And so listening to their videos, I had all my questions answered. I couldn't believe it. They've answered all my questions. That information is magnificent. It explains to you in detail uh, about how this planet works and how this society works. So if you're watching this, you are probably already know about the Taygeta and Svarunian disclosure and you follow it. Now, just like my other Spanish channel, I'm um, I'm not really here to wake up star seeds. I don't think I have the talent, nor do I have the patience. So what I do is I talk about the latest videos that come out. That's more my forte. And and I have musings, I have reflections, I investigate, but mostly is what I'm always thinking about. And the videos that come out always makes you want to know more and and you try to contrast this to your own opinions and your life. So I think this channel is to talk about all this information and how it affects us and how we can put it into um, use this to our own advantage, to make our lives here much easier to be and to experience. And so I thought I would start just talking about the latest videos. The latest one that came out now was about the eclipse. The eclipse, I had no idea there was going to be an eclipse. Uh, Only when the videos came out, I realized, oh, there's an eclipse. I had absolutely no idea. I do not follow, I do not watch TV. I haven't had a TV for 15 years. I don't watch the news. I think it's enough. They bring me down. There's no point. So I'm very selective of what I watch and what I listen to. So in regards to the eclipse, I really had no questions about it. What can I say? But apparently there were a lot of portals that were opened, as we know, from the powers that be on this earth. They tried to bring the the frequency down so that they make it harder for us to live here, to have a troublesome experience so that they can feed from us, of us. Anyway, I was listening to the previous video in regards to the Lemurian spacecraft, the spaceship from Lemurian times. The first time that Anika talked about this, I was fascinated because I've always felt that I used to live in Lemuria. It was a long time ago. And when she talked about the spaceship, I was so excited and I really wanted to know more about it. And but she spoke about it once, and that was it. Apparently, they haven't been able to go inside. Something happened. Something gruesome apparently happened in there, and in all honestly, in all honesty, my English is rusty. My apologies. I've been speaking Spanish for the last 8 years. And just as I was getting good at speaking Spanish, I left and I'm now in New Zealand speaking English, obviously. Um, so that apparently the Federation is going to start looking into the spaceship. And to be honest, if I were me outside, if I was that side, I would try to go in and find out. I like these mysteries, and that's another thing because I was talking to some friends about this, and I said to them, if I could go in, or if I had the ability to just try and figure it out, I would love to try. I would love to see inside. Uh, and they tell me, it is dangerous. And I said, I know. They said, you might die. There's probably something inside still. There could be a monster or an animal, space animal, they said, are waiting for someone to come in. And I said, well, yeah, I know. So I might have to reincarnate over and over again to try to see what's inside. And there's something I think there's a big difference on how we see death here and how they see death. Of course, they're not going to just, go into a spaceship just like that and they know they're going to die and just they don't care. No, no, do, they do care, but they don't care as much as we do down here. Because to us, death is detrimental. So, I mean, it is, you, there is so much fear ingrained in us that to think about death is just, I mean, insane to think about doing something where you could die, you know? Uh, so I think if I were in orbit, I would try to go in. I would. I would. I like that sort of adventures. And because it was interesting because I'm an archaeologist here. I studied anthropology and I specialized in archaeology. And when I heard that archaeologists outside, they they usually, when they go on exploring, they never come back. And I found that fascinating. I thought, well, that's more fun than archaeology here because the archaeology here, it's really boring because you cannot go against the status quo. They want you to follow the narrative to support this matrix and to support the the history, the apparent history, which is a complete lie, as we know. So archaeology here, it's quite boring, to be honest, because you cannot go against what is being said. Um, they laugh at you, they close the doors, and of course, you need other people to investigate with, especially when you find something, you need to take it to the lab and you need to find other people who need to do the dating, who need to analyze the specimens, chemists, biologists, etc. And if they close the door on you, if you're unable to go into the labs and investigate everything you find, there's nothing you can do. Unless, of course, I guess if you have quite a bit of money and you get yourself a lab, a private one, then I guess you could do that. However, did you know that to have a lab, for example, a scientific one, especially with biology, to work with biological specimens, there are some technologies that you need permission from the government, from the Ministry of Health, apparently, which I thought it was amazing. Which, and in some ways, I think I understand it, but in other ways, it's a reason to control you. So even then, if you had a lot of money, you really need to do this quietly. And I don't know how you can do that because if you go and buy, for example, a machine that you need, and the government says, okay, you need a license. The people that sell it to you, you need to show your license. So you can't even buy it. So it is very controlled. Anyway, what else? I have so much to say because this is my first video here, my first live. And even though I have another channel in Spanish, I have over 50 videos where I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about. And here I want to do the same, what I said there, I want to say here, but there's a lot that I don't know what to choose. So I just go on a tandem and just, follow me here. There is a reason to my madness. Anyway, what else? Okay, the spaceship, that's incredibly interesting. As if you don't know, there is a transcript in svaru.org where you can find the conversation with Anika. There's a transcript, not a video. So you need to go and read that to learn about the conversation, the only conversation they've had with in regards to this Lemurian spaceship. Now, what else? Now, I was talking to Gosha. I interviewed Gosha on my channel, on my Spanish channel, and we're going to have an interview here as well in English. Uh, and I spoke to her. We started talking about jazz, and I just enjoy that jazz is playing 80s music to everybody. So happy birthday, Mary. Uh, I'm sure she had a wonderful birthday. Um, now, uh, I'm a little lost here. What else could be because there's nowhere in the chat and there's no one watching me, so I feel like I'm talking to myself. But it's going to be recorded and you're going to watch it. So please comment so that I don't feel so alone. But I want to grow this channel, and this is, I guess, the only way. Uh, Now, what else? Let me see. I wanted to talk about what's the latest thing that has happened. Um, Federation. Oh, yes, there is, because Eleanor is quite cautious and she doesn't want to go over to the meetings in the, we call it Viera in Spanish. How is it called? The Andromedan spaceship. We call it Viera in Spanish. How do you say Viera in English? Viera. Viera? Oh my goodness, I have to find that out. Anyway, she doesn't go with her crew because she doesn't feel safe there. But apparently, the Tagetan crew from the, I don't know if it's from the Alcyone spaceship or from the other one, they offered to go as a proxy. And so that's going to be exciting. I'm really, really curious to know what they found out and what they can learn through these meetings. So this is going to be exciting because I really wanted to know what the meetings are, what is happening in these meetings, what are they talking about? How do they go about it? So I'm curious. So probably Mary's going to have more news next time in regards to that. That's what I know is that the Federation has meetings every Friday to talk about what's happening on Earth. Now, I don't know if that's the, I don't know if that's the meeting only for the Etortans or it's the meetings for everyone. I'm not sure. I have to think about that. Now, I'm listening. Oh, you're listening to me. That's wonderful. Hello, más allá del éter. So it's not just me. That's wonderful. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Now I have to change my screen here and so that I can read as well the chat. Thank you for that. Oh, goody. Now I feel like I'm not just me talking to myself. Okay, so let me see. I'm gonna read this because I usually do lives and I read the chats and then we start having a conversation. And because this is a new channel, I'm just talking to myself. So wonderful. There are conferences on the Viera ship. Yes, is that every Friday and every Saturday? I think it is, isn't it? Or is it just Friday? I forgot about that. Uh, so I'm hoping, I really want to know what they're talking about. This is going to be exciting. Things are getting exciting, don't you think? They are getting exciting. There are some, Mary is really this is what I was waiting for because at the beginning Mary was trying to build a foundation where she could then talk to us about more advanced information, or so that we could understand when they talk about, um, they describe or observe, excuse me, what's happening outside and what's happening in the Federation, or else I don't think we would be able to understand it. So she's built this foundation, and now she's getting into the nitty-gritty, into the most exciting parts um, of this disclosure, I think. Uh, so I'm really getting excited now about the news from Mary. Now let me just read the chat. I have to get really close, and it's kind of annoying. Let me see if I can open my cell phone here. Here I am. Uh, okay, let me just. I will read you. I will read you from here. Goriel. Oh, that's his name. Goriel, the captain of Alcione. Right. Thank you for that. We'll go to this. Oh, that's so he is a he, right? Is it a he or a she? A he, isn't it, captain? Well, thank you for that. I think I missed it. I had to listen to that video again. I listened to it once. I was just waking up, because usually the videos come out when it's midnight here in New Zealand. So I listen to it as soon as I wake up. Thank you. Oh, wonderful. Gorel, the captain. Yeah, I think there's a group, him and other Thai Giddens are going into these meetings. This this is getting really exciting. Um, now, what else? What should we talk about? Anything you want me to talk about? Give me ideas. I have so many things in my head that it's like scrambled eggs, you know. Um, let me see. Let me see. What else did they talk about? The spaceship, the the birthdays, Mary's birthday. I'm sure she had a fantastic time. 80s music. What else? They talked about something else, wasn't it? Um, I cannot remember. Um, I think that's it. Okay, so I'm actually going to make next time I do a live, I'm going to make a list of things to talk about, because in my other channel, the Spanish one, I started with quite a bit of subscribers, and they already knew me, and they knew about my channel, and I was able to interact with them and have conversations and get things started. But here it's because I'm so new, and the English speaking audience obviously are not going to go and listen to the Spanish one because they don't speak Spanish. So here I feel like a bit out of place. I'm sorry for it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Chiqui. I know they call her Chiqui. Jassy, she's called Chiqui. Chiqui from Chiquita, you know? It's a short for Chiquita, small, tiny in Spanish. Yeah, she's a DJ. Oh, one of the things that it was interesting to me. So this is what I find conversations with them so interesting, because you can get an idea of what it's like outside and how similar or different it is to how we live here. For example, when Mary started talking to about the reporters, I found that amazing. Um, because I thought, do they have reporters outside? We were all asking ourselves, do they have reporters outside? And apparently they do, and they were excited about the music. They were excited about the lights, and I thought they were excited about the lights. And see, that's when I just when I think I know what it's like outside, she shares with us these differences, because I wouldn't have expected that they found this so engaging, so different, so new, and such a surprise. Um, I couldn't believe it. So how do they, so I guess their parties are quite different, aren't they? Um, do they have parties? Do they have, how do they celebrate? Not the same, apparently. So I find that interesting. What's their celebrations? What are they like? It's interesting, isn't it? They do dance, apparently. They do. So that's different. That's quite different because there are times when I think that it is I don't know. I don't know. I guess the reason to come here and incarnate and live and have an experience here is to have a very unique experience that you don't find anywhere else. And I guess what I try to do, maybe it's the nature within us that we try to learn what's on the other side. We want to know what the neighbor is doing. We want to know what's over there, what's happening in another country. It's, I think, curiosity, and I I think it's natural, isn't it, to every being that you're curious about how people do things in other places. So I find that fascinating, but I'm always surprised how different and how similar they are um, to us. But then we are them, and it's just confusing. It's just confusing. Um, yes, yes, yes. Maddie is our favorite, our our favorite reporter. Yes, she is. She is. She's quite wonderful. I'm enjoying the video so much. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this live here because I realized that I really do need a list of things to talk about. Um, anyway, so thank you, Más allá del éter, for being here. It's wonderful. Thank you. And so I am going to write my list and make another live, hopefully tomorrow, because I want to grow this channel. So I have to keep doing more lives. I don't do videos, as you all know. So thank you to everyone who's here. So I see 4 people here. See, there's more people here. Leave comments if you are watching this video or have watched this. Leave a comment so that I know who's who and what you think and what would you like me to talk about. I can talk about almost anything, but it's always in regards to the Taygeta and Svarunian and disclosure. So thank you for being here. And we'll see you next time. Now, let me see how I can end this this meeting. So thank you and bye-bye. See you next